This is the story of a man.
Yeah, whatever. I've done it, guys. I hope.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yeah, there we go.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm just wondering, guys, now when you go to the stairs, did I actually go down the stairs or did I just go right past it? Nice corridor.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, because I followed what you were saying and then there was the set of stairs and I went down. I went up the stairs, but this time I'm going down.
Yet there was not a single person
Yeah,
there
the other
either.
tips,
Tips
for not
Stanley
not
decided
get
to go
fired.
up to his boss's
Whatever,
office,
and then I went into
hoping
the
he might
wardrobe.
find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Screw you.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley.
What?
Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All
No, I'm
my
not.
co-workers blinking mysteriously out
What
of
the hell?
existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made
Am I
any
going around
logical
in
sense.
circles?
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
What?
Why did doors close
I can't.
automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty
Yeah,
familiar.
it's the numbers.
But
I
it
recognise it in the car.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange.
What?
This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue.
What?
He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
I'm in a dream.
This is all a dream. Oh,
What type of dream?
Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually good. Job,
Okay.
he wasn't
Onwards.
crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
It's just
I may as
getting
well
a
enjoy
bit
this while I'm still
creepy now, I think.
So, he
Going
imagined
in
himself
circles.
flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Ah!
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun. And Stanley
Stop sending me
marveled
messages,
that
Danny.
it's still not working
Sending me
out.
messages.
How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest
Am I on the
question
floor
of
now?
all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
It's me.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought.
What?
And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control.
I am.
That this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool...
Come on, guys,
breath
close your
of his
eyes.
skin,
I'm doing it
the
too.
press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of the world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
What's going on, man?
I want my apartment,
What?
and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Everything will be fine. I'm just reading from the subtitles. I am okay. Oh my god. I'm still here!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
Ah!
And everything went black.
What? What? I like
This
this.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella. Wait, is this going to be a
Mariella
different
woke
story?
up
Am I
on
going to
a
be
day
playing
like
as a
any
different
other.
character now?
She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
What?
But on this
I'm
particular day,
outside?
her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although
Dead?
she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy.
Wait,
just
is
like
that
she
me?
knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like.
Oh no.
And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Wait, why is she
It was
questioning
comforting to think
instead of
this,
just calling
and
for
in a
help?
certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
What?
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Yeah, but he's dead. She can't just turn and just walk off and carry on with the rest of her day, even though he's dead. That's not fair.